What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So on average, families are going to see a refund of about $2,800. I'm going to talk about this. So in the new big, beautiful bill that was just passed and signed off by the president, there is a provision in there that would provide $2,800 for families. And so we're going to go over this, and I'm going to show you who exactly qualifies for this and when it will be implemented. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, so let's get right over to my illustration here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the child tax credit. And so if you guys didn't know, there is an incentive to having children, and one of those incentives is the child tax credit. So we do currently have a child tax credit, but they've expanded the child tax credit. So let's talk a little bit about what they've done, the changes that have been made. And so when it comes to the child tax credit, the maximum credit is $2,200 per child. And it also will be adjusted for inflation. So the Senate made a few changes, and now it's adjusted to inflation. Now, up to $1,400 per child can be received as a refund. And we'll talk a little bit about what that means, refundable, non-refundable. And then the non-refundable credit is going to be $800. Now, the phase-out threshold, the credit phases out for incomes above $200,000 for single, or $400,000 for married. The effective date, these changes are effective for tax years 2025 and later with no sunset provision. Now this is good. So with the child tax credit, there's no sunset. So it's permanent as it stands right now. Now Congress can obviously make changes in the future, and if they make changes in the future, then that will negate this. But right now, this is permanent. And so what does this child tax credit really mean, and how much money are people really going to be able to receive? So let's go over an example. So let's say you have a married couple with 2 kids, and their tax liability is $1,000. So if we look at a situation like that, we have 2 children, so each child would qualify, as far as the tax credit, you would qualify for $2,200 for each child. So that would be $4,400. Now, when it comes to refundable, non-refundable, refundable you get back. Non-refundable will just zero out whatever your tax liability is. So refundable is $1,400 per child. So that would be $2,800. $2,800 here. And then when it comes to the non-refundable, it was $800 per child. And so that would be $1,600 here. So we have $2,800 here, $1,600 here. Now, you have a tax liability, which means you owe $1,000 in taxes. So what the non-refundable can do, the non-refundable can zero out this $1,000. Okay, so you'll be able to zero that out, so you no longer owe that $1,000, and then you're going to have a remaining amount of $600. That's non-refundable. Okay, so you can't get that back, but you can zero this out. And so we move down to non-refundable. We just talked about it, $600, that's non-refundable. But refundable, we know that's $2,800 because you never touched this $2,800, so that still exists. Now, this is a refund. This is refundable. So that is why it shows here that you would receive $2,800 in a refund. And when you compare this to the old tax credit, so the tax credit that just changed because the bill was just signed, so the old tax credit, the scenario would be if you had $1,000 that you owed in taxes. So this is the new and this is the old, and it says current, but now that's changed. The refund, after you do all the calculations, that refund would have been $825. Now it's $2,800. So your total benefit here would be $1,825 here for the old version, and then the new version is $3,800. So, and remember, $3,800, they're including the tax liability that you have on both of these. So you get rid of the $1,000, and then on top of that, you would get the $2,800. And so you see, this new child tax credit is better than the older version. However, there was a better version even before this, but that one had a sunset on it. So that one was like $3,600 or something like that per child. And so that was a better one. And they advanced it to you earlier, which they should have done in this one. Because it's a tax credit, they could have said, okay, every month you're going to receive a certain amount of money. They didn't do that. And that's something I think they should have done. They should have advanced it to you early. And basically, instead of waiting to file your taxes, you could start receiving that on a monthly basis. So you could have received $200 more a month or $300 more a month per child. And that would have been a lot better than just at the end of the year getting your tax cut. And so maybe this could be changed. I don't know if through executive order, I mean, it's already in place. So maybe through executive order, they could make a change there so the president could actually make that change, because the biggest hurdle's already been done. Congress has approved the funding. So because Congress has approved the funding, can you change the way the money rolls out? So we'll have to see if they do that in the future. But I just wanted to go over the child tax credit. I've had some people ask me about that. And so the bottom line in this big, beautiful bill, this is a positive. This is going to help families, and it will help families more than the previous tax credit. So it's good. Now, I want to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.